Okay, I am with my grandfather, Jake Weir. He's from New Haven, Connecticut, and this is the second part of a baseball project that I was working on, where I asked him questions regarding his knowledge of the game of baseball in a historical sense, because he was a player and also a tremendous fan of the game, and still is. Today is the 9th of May, 2009. Pop, I want you to tell me in your own mind, in your own opinion, what you think of today's baseball player in terms of the style of play, how they play the game, the way they approach the game. I want you to relate that and compare that to you as a player and the players that you idolized back in the 30s and 40s. How are they different? Go ahead.
Well, I see the difference now is in my day, you went out to play the game because you loved the game. I played semi-pro ball until I was 44 years old. The most I ever got was $17 a game, and I had 2 kids. I asked the manager one day, would he give me 20? No way. But the clown didn't know I would have played for nothing anyway.
Because you love the game.
Because I wanted to play. I play 7 days a week, man.
Oh, I know.
But I see the difference now. It's all money. It's money, money, money. That's all these guys want to know is money. They do not put out 100%. Why? In my day, you had 16 teams. You had 8 in the National League and 8 in the American League.
Yeah.
Now you got 32. Well, you're not watching quality. You're watching quantity.
It's not the same type of big league.
It's not the same. These guys ain't going to put out because they go. I go to spring training all the time, and I see them in the outfield. They ain't even working out. There's about 6 or 7 guys that talking in the outfield, in the infield, over here, over there, and back at the dugout. The only thing they're talking about is how much money they got in the bank. All they're doing is talking about money. That's what they're talking about.
What do you call a player back in your day, or even now, like a Lenny Dykstra or Pete Rose?
Oh, I would take 9 Lenny Dykstras. I would take Pete Rose. Pete Rose screwed up, but that's the kind of player you want. But Pete Rose was an outstanding player, but he messed up. He started with this. He started with this gambling and everything else.
I remember that. Yeah.
I saw Pete Rose break in with the Reds in the Polo Grounds when he was a young kid in a doubleheader with Cincinnati. And the very minute I saw this kid play, I said, "This guy is going to be something, absolutely something." And he was. That was the first time I saw him play against the old Giants in the Polo Grounds on a Sunday afternoon. We never went to New York to see a single game. We only went to see a doubleheader.
You always use the term, and you still use it to this day. I want you to define that term. Explain to me what you mean by when you talk about a dirt, D-I-R-T ball player.
Ball player is a guy that dives everywhere. Dirt. He goes on the field with a nice clean uniform like everybody else has got, but when the game is over, he's the dirtiest looking sucker you ever saw. He's nothing but dirt all over him, from sliding into third, sliding into home.
And what do you call him?
A dirt player.
That's right. Okay, now.
So I would take 9 dirt players over a guy that can hit a home run every 5 games.
What do you think of this armor and all this protective gear, the hockey equipment type pads, the football type pads they wear when they go up to bat?
That's sick.
What would a guy back in your day, if he walked up to the plate with pads on, what would happen?
I think they'd beat him more.
Yeah, they'd go after him.
Oh, they'd go at it. They'd kill him with pitches inside.
If a guy tried to
But in my day, the only thing you did, never mind the rosin bag, never mind this, never mind that, one good lunger. You coughed up a good lunger and you spit it in your hands, and then you took dirt, and that was it.
No batting gloves or nothing.
No gloves. I don't know gloves, huh? Now ball players wear gloves inside gloves.
Oh,
they put a golf glove inside a real glove.
You mean in the field?
Oh, my dad played baseball way, way back. and he would cut a big hole in the middle of the glove,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually his hand got so hard with callus that he played with
Never
nothing.
felt it. This was your
He
father.
never felt my father. And to this day, I'm sorry, I don't know what I did with the glove. I wish I had the damn glove.
How many brothers did you grow up? How many kids in the
There
family?
was four boys and my dad. My dad would play ball galore.
Now, you also had two sisters, of course, but
And two sisters, yeah. And
did
my
all
dad died young.
did your whole family? Did all the boys in your family, were they all interested in playing baseball?
All baseball, yeah. All, and the best part about that was my dad had come home from work, and we lived on a wood stove with a wood stove and coal. And my mother used to bake 32 loaves of bread a week with a coal stove, with a coal and wood stove, an old black stove in the kitchen. I wish I had that too.
Where was this?
Scranton Street, New Haven.
Yep.
And my dad would come home from work at night and he'd say, "Where's the wood?" "What wood?" "For the stove. We had to chop the wood when we came home from school."
Right.
"Oh, what were you doing today?" "Oh, we was over to the schoolyard playing ball." "What?" "Line up. Every one of us got a shot.
Is that right?
4 shots every one." And I'll never forget my oldest brother, Bubby. He took some shots. I mean, because he was the oldest.
How old were you when your father died?
I was 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't. But
My
you
dad
still
was-
went on to play. I mean, even without having a father figure, you still went on to continue playing organized baseball.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I was playing junior high school ball, and then I went to Hill House. Played 4 years high school, and right after I wasn't out of school. Oh, I don't know how long. And my mother worked at Yale, and Yale had an outstanding ball player, Albie Booth, drop kicker, a famous
Oh, yeah.
baseball, famous basketball, famous football. He was a drop kicker, 55, 60 yards, meant nothing with a drop kick.
Okay.
And I remember seeing Yale play Dartmouth in the Yale Bowl, 99, a 9-9 tie, and Albie Booth tied the game with a 55-yard drop kick.
And how old were you when you saw that? About?
Oh, I was I think I was a freshman. Yeah, I was a freshman in junior high school at that time. But then Booth, he was going to Yale, and he was outstanding. And my mother had him as a student because my mother worked at Yale as a chambermaid for 44 years, and she had some of the greatest Yale athletes in her day. You know, she had Larry Kelly, she had Clint Frank, she had Albie Booth, she had Ovi Seymour. All these guys were good ball players.
Sure.
With Yale.
What? Just bringing it back to the modern game of baseball. What do you think about A-Rod's big return yesterday?
No, he should be thrown out of baseball for life.
Because why?
Because he took steroids when he was playing in high school. I saw A-Rod play baseball in high school with Miami when he was a young kid.
When you were down in...
When I was in Florida going to spring training, we would go down to Miami and watch these kids play ball. They would come up to Pompano Beach. We'd go to Fort Lauderdale. We'd watch. One winter, I went to Florida. I was there from about the middle of November, and then spring training came. Now the high school kids, they start baseball. They start their season baseball around the 15th of January in Florida, high school season. Well, that season between the minor, that winter between college baseball, high school baseball, some pony league and little league kids and all that, and the 32 or 33 spring training games that winter. Me and my friends saw 83 games that winter. Oh yeah, that's the gospel too.
Wow. So
Yeah.
let me ask you a question. What did you play as a ball player? What position?
I played second base, mostly second, and I played some third, and I did a little catching too.
But mostly...
But I didn't care where I played.
Right.
I wanted to play.
But by trade, you were mostly a second baseman.
I was an infielder. Yeah.
Infielder, right,
Yeah.
okay. How old are you?
Today I'm 88.
That's right. Today is what?
My birthday.
Happy birthday, Pop. Hey, folks, we'll see you later. We'll get back with Jake Weir for some more baseball talks. Glad you joined us.
Oh, boy. Somebody could hear that.